We are here because we've got to talk about what we think is going to happen in the next installment of the Thor quadrilogy. You heard it right, quadrilogy in the MCU. Thor: Love and Thunder. We've got a special guest here. You know him, you love him. You'll see him in just a second. You'll hear from the rest of our crew here. But this is your first time listening. This is Earth 894, and we are going to go into a very special episode that's a couple of days away from time of releasing this from Thor: Love and Thunder hitting theaters. So make sure you subscribe to Earth 894 podcast on your favorite podcast player and give us a review after the episode and tell us what you think about what you think is going to happen. I am your host, one of your hosts, co-host, if you will. My name is Devin Stone, but with me, I got the greatest co-host, the love, but we've also got a guest, pretty much. He's a third co-host if we have one, the Thunder himself. So let's kick it off to our first one. You know him, you love him. His name is Feared. Whatever. If they're laughing.
Oh,
Louis, take it away. Tell people you're here.
You know in How I Met Your Mother when Robin goes for the job of anchor and then she just keeps rambling at the end? Like, wear a condom, America. And just, I feel like every time you try to introduce me, you just have like a 45-minute introduction. It's the best. My name's Louis. I am the love in Love and Thunder. Devin is the and let me introduce you to the Thunder over there on the side of the screen there, Mr. Marvel himself. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing awesome, guys. What's up?
Apparently, I'm in the middle. I'm the and.
Yeah, you're the and. At least on my screen, you're in the middle.
Take that as you will, I guess. What's going on, Brian? Good to have you.
Good to be here, man. Thank you.
We been talked about this a while ago, and then I'll be honest, I was listening to an episode of Mr. Marvel Minutes, and he said, catch me on the Earth 894 podcast. We do a Thor Love and Thunder prediction episode. And I was like, shit, I forgot to schedule that. So here we are.
Here we are.
We didn't forget. So we're going to focus primarily just on our predictions. We have a couple various ways we're going to do this, from what's going to happen, what we think might not happen, and some other things. Before we get into that, it wouldn't be an MCU show without us kicking into one of our favorite parts where we just kind of catch up what's been going on with each other's lives since we last spoke. So we like to call this segment
MCU for you.
That is right. So we just had over here in the States 4th of July weekend, so a lot of fun stuff went on. So Louis, over to you. What has been MCU for you?
Oh, so many things. Just kidding. Basically, I follow a channel on YouTube that talks about comic books. Variant Comics is what they're called, and they like to do history of and how powerful is and yada 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 for characters, and they break down comics. And with this movie coming out, they said they did a history of Gorr the God Butcher. So I listened to that to kind of get a base of who he is. And seems like a very sympathetic villain, and it should be good.
Nice, man. So you got your most stoked for this movie then? Now that you've kind of gotten a little bit of Gorr the God Butcher?
I was pretty damn stoked. At work today, one of my favorite drivers came in, and he never comes in anymore. He was there today. I was so excited. He asked me if I was excited for this movie, and I said yes, because Thor Ragnarok's my favorite MCU movie, and he couldn't believe that because he doesn't like this version of Thor. He likes a more badass Thor.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, did you not see the end of Ragnarok or Infinity War? Like, right. that was incredible. But he just wants like a really badass Thor. I said, yeah, but then like he's just gonna OP everybody and go in there and hammer everybody to death. Like you need a plot. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited for this movie regardless. Say that.
Wait, another person we know who is definitely excited for this movie, and you'll hear him talk about it just momentarily. But Brian, over to you. What has been MCU for you?
Is there a new movie coming out?
She-Hulk, the movie.
Minions: Rise of Gru just came out.
I'm actually I'm really stoked seeing footage of the fact that we are going to get Namor the Submariner coming up in Wakanda forever.
Mm-hmm.
That has me pretty excited.
Yeah, there was for those out of the loop. Sorry, spoilers, but I think everyone kind of knows at this point from like official castings and stuff for the last year and a half. But some promo art, at least that I've seen, came out over this weekend that kind of leaked the airwaves and internet and everything. And you got to see a little bit of a first look at Namor and some other people in the movie. So definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. I'm not too sold on it yet, but same time, well, I think once the trailer comes out, which I predict was probably going to happen at Comic-Con this summer, at the end of July, probably get the hype level a little bit up there. Thank you. For me, I want to take my mom to see the Elvis movie, and in the previews, this is what's funny. Thor: Love and Thunder trailer started playing, and my mom was like, "Ooh, oh, I want to see him. He's good. He hasn't been in a movie in like what since 2017, like 7 years." I'm like, "No, he was in a movie like very recently." She's like, "Oh, okay."
Why are you making your mom sound like
That's
that?
literally how my mom sounds sometimes. That's literally how my mom sounds. Ask Alyssa. Ask my mom. She might be listening. Mom, that's what you sound like to me sometimes. She doesn't.
Devin's mom, you are not an ambulance.
No. But yeah, she was like, "Oh yeah, I want to see that movie." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah, I'll take Leo to see it too." And she's like, I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I think after a couple of weekends, I'm gonna take my mom to go see Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm pretty sure she hasn't seen anything since maybe Iron Man 3 or like maybe Age of Ultron. I don't know. So I just think it'll be a great time. So I'm really excited to take my mom to see Thor: Love and Thunder soon. I want to have her give her a review. Alrighty. With that out of the way, we're skipping the news this week because the only news that really matters is Thor: Love and Thunder that's going to be coming out this week. So we're all excited.
She's got a smile that it seems to me.
But what we want to talk about is some predictions. We've seen some theories and rumors, and we've done trailer breakdowns and just talked about everything about the movie for what seems like months now. But really, now that we're so close, we know some things, we've seen some things, but there's a lot that we still have not become available to us. So that's why we call these predictions. And so we're going to go through a little bit piece by piece here and kind of talk about some things that we predict might be happening in the movie, what might not be happening in the movie, and some little fun stuff at the end. So to kind of kick this off, for those of you who listen to the podcast and you're well aware that Louis does a really great job and does his best to try and stay away from spoilers, especially the trailers. He'll be in the theater covering his eyes, humming music to himself and closing his ears so nothing gets spoiled for him. So we want to start off with just having Louis tell us everything he knows about the movie. So that way we can kind of, Brian and I, make sure we don't spoil anything additionally and just kind of we're aware of it. So Louis, tell the good folks, what do you know about Thor: Love and Thunder?
Oh man, I'm going to be so excited on Thursday when we're watching this movie and there's not a Thor: Love and Thunder trailer before the movie. Tits. So what I know about the movie so far is that it is the fourth installment in the Thor quadrilogy. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, quadrilogy.
We have Korgan Meek returning. Valkyrie is coming back. Thor, of course, is going to be there. I believe the Guardians are going to be there. I think Brian posted a picture of Star-Lord that I accidentally saw. The villain is this Gorr the God Butcher, played by Christian Bale. Yeah. You spoiled the Zeus of it. I think you said Russell Crowe is playing Zeus. I think you said that at one point.
Yeah, like early in the podcast.
There you go. You said that. No, because you said that Kurt Russell was going to be in it.
Yeah, I mean, like early as in we started the podcast,
Yeah.
like Earth 894 a year ago.
Yeah. You said Kurt Russell's going to be in it. Who's he going to play? And I said Ego, and then you erased everything because you were so embarrassed. But I guess homie's
Kurt
going to be playing
Russell
Zeus.
Crowe. It's an honest mistake.
I'm sure there's going to be another fun little play section like there was in Thor Ragnarok, because I think I saw a picture of Luke Hemsworth dressed up like Thor. And from the Funko Pops, I saw some goats. God knows what that's about. And somehow I forgot to mention that Natalie Portman's back. She's going to be Lady Thor.
I was going to say, do you not know?
I do. Yeah, I forgot to.
It's going to be a short episode, folks.
Yeah. She's back. She's got Mjolnir at Comic-Con with Taika.
Right.
So I do know that. And that's what I know.
Okay.
Like,
I'd say that's a pretty decent, I mean, compared to what I know, I think you're going to have a better time. I think you did a good job. So I got to keep that in mind.
I was explaining to Richard, the friend of the show, Richard, I was explaining to him that I don't even know where this is going to take place, because Asgard is not a place anymore. So is it going to be in Tornsboro, whatever the hell it's called, the new Asgard on Earth? Because it seems like they're still in space, but where are they going in space? Yada, yada, yada. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Gorr, from what I know about Gorr, he's got the sword, but the sword comes from Null, who is a symbiote, who is not, I mean, kind of is, but really isn't a part of the MCU. So what's going to go on there? There's a lot that I don't know, which is good.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you think about all that, Brian? How would you say, how would you rate where Louis' knowledge level is so far about this movie?
I mean, without giving any spoilers, I'd say about a 1 out of 5.
That's pretty good, Louis. It's pretty good.
I do my best, man. Going into
this is a serious one.
I mean, Endgame, I did really well. I didn't know anything about Endgame.
Right.
And Guardians 2, I was phenomenal. I didn't know anything about Guardians 2. And the guy at work was like, it was crazy when he killed his dad, right? Are you serious? Are you serious about right now? I didn't even know his dad was in it. I was so upset. But
damn,
I digress. I've seen photos of Thor in his new fancy, almost golden suit.
Armor and everything.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of Jane Foster. Saw a picture of Valkyrie sitting on what is that? Like
chair?
A judge throne thing in front of a desk, I guess. And I've seen pictures of Voldemort, aka Uncle Fester, aka Gorr the God Butcher.
He looks so much like Uncle Fester. I want to put a light bulb in his mouth and just post that picture.
You should do it. Make that meme. That's funny.
Like there's one picture where he looks like Christian Bale, but he looks like Voldemort. Then there's the other picture where he looks like Uncle Fester. So
that's the Earth 666 is Fester, and then Earth 9 3/4 is going to be Voldemort looking Gorr. Did you see that they actually said that they decided to change up Gorr's appearance because they felt his nostrils looked too much like Voldemort?
I did not see
that. Was hilarious.
Yeah, it's because the comics. If you see him, he legit looks like a squid. Kind of. I get more of a Davy Jones kind of like in the face look, minus all the tentacles, of course. But nice. So let's kick things off here. Let's kind of start off with an easy one. So, what is something that you do not want to happen in this movie?
Who are you referring to?
Let's kick it over to you, Louis, first. And then we'll hand it over to Brian.
I've done so much talking. What do I not want to happen?
Yeah, what is something you don't want to happen?
Oh, man. I want everything to happen. Threw me for a loop here. I not want to.
How about I let that sit in your mind a
Oh
second
no,
here?
because now I'm just like, well, do I want Hela to come back? Not really. Yeah, I kind of do. Do I want Sif and the Warriors 3 to be in this movie? No. Yes, I do. And so every time I think of something, I'm like, no, wait a minute. Like, do I want Thor to die at the end? Of course I don't. But would I be upset if that happened? Not really. But so I'm just going back and forth on like what I don't want to happen. So
Well, since you're on that, how about you actually share one or two of those? What's something you do want to happen?
I want everything to happen. So, I'm sorry, I do. I love Korg and Meek. I want some Korg and Meek. From the Funko Pops that I saw the other day, they're in like clothes, so that's weird. Like apparently they're not like fighting, which is annoying. Well, I didn't buy them. I was like, why are they wearing clothes? I don't like that. But I love them. I want more of them. Forgot to say, like Tessa Thompson's gonna go find her queen, or Valkyrie, excuse me, gonna find her queen. So that's cool. I want her to find her queen. I don't know who it's gonna be. Is it gonna be someone we've even seen before? Maybe not. Probably not.
Ooh.
So I want a new character. That'd be cool. I want to see super awesome, super smoking hot Natalie Portman as Thor. That would be freaking dope. I mean, and not even would be. It's gonna be. It's gonna happen. So, yeah. Another person wielding Mjolnir. Mjolnir coming back? Yes. Give me more Mjolnir. I love Mjolnir so much.
Good stuff, man. So, Brian, let's start with you on that same note. What do you want to happen in this movie?
Ooh. I mean,
Oh wait,
I'm right there.
Sorry. Hold on. I need to cut you off. Hold on. So, before you talk and give you your full Mr. Marvel's predictions, Brian called me out in an episode saying, "That's right, Devin, you need to come up with a theme for Mr. Marvel's predictions." Little did he know, before I heard that episode and that call out, I was already working on something. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
It's time for a Mr. Marvel prediction.
Because we didn't think of it?
To see all the possible outcomes.
How many did you see?
14,605.
I know it all.
there you go. The official theme for Mr. Marvel's prediction.
That is
beautiful.
badass.
I made you another copy too that actually says Mr.
Yeah.
Marvel's minutes prediction, so I'll send that to you later. So then you could use it for whenever you like. But now you have your own theme. That's how much we like you.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Now, it is going to be really hard to do any sort of prediction here because I don't want to spoil anything.
You just have to tell me to cover my ears, and I can do that.
All right. Cover your ears for this one. Close your eyes. All right. So there is a fight scene that we have seen in the trailer. And we clearly know that that is going to be the Asgardians, the new Asgardians, whatever they are. But now, are they all that badass? I don't think so. I don't think they all have powers or can do anything crazy. Yeah, most of them are immortal. But I think with Mjolnir being in pieces, it is going to separate and go to each Asgardian to give them power.
Ooh.
So they will all be worthy of the power of Thor.
Okay. We're just bringing Louis back on here. Louis, hello. Oh, I forgot there's a chat section here. Or did he freeze? Louis, come back.
It's safe.
I like that. Though. That is a pretty cool prediction, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that, so I wonder what that could look like. But that is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a really cool prediction that Brian just shared here, Louis. I guess we'll see. I think. I should make a bingo card again. Ooh.
We do not have time for that, friend.
There's always time. You're actually probably right. I probably shouldn't do it this time. We'll do it for Wakanda Forever. Cool.
My prediction for Wakanda Forever: Shuri sucks. That's my prediction.
Black Panther never died.
But he did.
Oh God. All right. So for me personally, what's something that I want to happen here? I want to see more people coming onto the screen who could potentially wield Mjolnir. Whatever that might be, I want it to happen. I want to see more because I don't think this is really going to be like multiverse heavy of a movie, but I feel like there's got to be something that still ties into that stream of things that's going on in Phase 4. So that would be my way of connecting it. Who that might be, other than Jane, I don't know. I want to see something, but we'll see. So that's what I got here. So the next question I want to pose here is something, like I said, while Lou was trying to brainstorm, realized it was everything you actually wanted to happen. Let's go back to that original question here. What is something that you do not want to happen in the movie? Brian, I'll kick it over to you first.
I don't want Thor or Mighty Thor to die.
Neither of them. So, yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I don't really want anyone to die, but I don't know. I feel like in a movie like this, someone's got to die, right? Maybe not them, but I feel like someone's going to die. How about you, Louis? What's something you don't want to happen?
I should have thought about it while I was not listening to Brian. I don't want. Here's something. I don't want some crazy mythical loose end ending. It's gonna happen because it always happens. But I want this to connect to something else. As far as we can tell, this movie's completely on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So the ending is going to be just another setup for a different Thor, or for Guardians 12, or whatever the hell's coming out next. Maybe for the I Am Groot show that's coming. But I want it to like make sense. I don't want another Shang-Chi's sister running the Ten Rings, or the power brokers taking over Congress, or something that you don't think about anymore. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, I would like to see. I mean, on that note too, I don't want them to like shove Spider-Man in there for no reason. So I want it to make sense. I don't know. I don't want another loose end. If that makes sense.
That'd be funny, honestly, if he showed up all of a sudden. I don't know what that would look like, but it would be kind of funny. But it also would just not fit at all. I guess for myself, one thing I don't want to happen is I don't want I guess I don't want this to have any sort of like backdoor setting up a new Disneyplus streaming service. I mean, not service, series, where it's going to set up like something that's going to totally come back in another show. Just because we have so many things going on and just wedging more and more and more, I don't really want to keep like, I don't know. I almost feel like it's a little hypocritical to say, because Age of Ultron tried to set everything up for all these like individual spin-offs and everything, but fortunately that didn't happen the way they envisioned originally. But also just a lot of the movies do set up for other things in the saga and all like that. So it's just, I don't want it to be so blatantly obvious that like, oh, that's going to be a show coming in 2024, blah, blah, blah.
Korg and Meek, the show.
Korg and Meek. It'd be like,
I would watch that.
I didn't know Meek was a female.
You didn't know Meek what?
Was a female.
I didn't know that until you just said it.
That's not a spoiler.
It's fine. I didn't know that until you literally just said that.
I don't know either if Meek is female or if Meek is just Meek. Yeah, Meek. Meek. I'm trying to think of a TV show if Korg and Meek were on like their own sitcom. Who would, like, what modern sitcom would that be like?
2.5 Men.
Three,
2.5
Three's
Men.
Company.
Three's Company.
They
Good
need
ones.
they need another man, and Meek can be the half man. Or
It'd be
woman,
like
I guess.
Rocket.
Rocket.
I would watch that.
That'd be fun. That'd be pretty funny. Awesome. Or they do Baby Groot, and there you go. There's your baby. Little toddler.
Big Groot is superior Groot.
Is he superior Groot?
Alpha Groot.
Prime. Okay. So with that being said, totally lost it here, bud. This one is kind of like something you want to happen, but really that you know it's probably not going to happen. So this is kind of like your, man, it'd be great if this could happen, but let's be realistic, probably not. Have you guys ever thought of that for this movie, or have any in mind that might fall into that criteria?
Not really. For me, it's the I just love the dual wielding Thor. I feel like if Mighty Thor, if you will, if Natalie Portman Thor has Mjolnir, I feel like Chris Hemsworth isn't going to be out there dual wielding, being all cool. So yeah, I guess that's something that I would like to happen that probably isn't going to happen.
Dual wielding.
Some double action, like the new Earth 894 logo, available on our shop.
Check it out. I'll have a link for it.
Punch the shit out of them. Sorry.
Okay. How about you, Brian? What'd you think?
I mean, I'd really like to see Loki. Somehow.
That was going to be mine.
Some way.
Yeah.
That's what I want. There's got to be. I know Louis doesn't want an ending that just goes on into something else, but I feel we got to get Loki.
That would make sense, though.
But does it though?
Yeah, because they're brothers.
Do you count that if he shows up in a post-credit scene versus in the actual movie? Or do you kind of
I count
think they're
that.
the same? Think the same? Yeah.
I think it'd still be the same.
I feel like there's no way you have a Thor movie that he doesn't even at least mention Loki. At
I
least
don't
say
count
his name.
that. I was so excited for Venom and No Way Home. And he was just in the post-credit scene. And he was drunk. And I hated every second of it.
You know, I hear you, Louis, but part of me just can't like picture what it would look like if Tom Hardy's version of Venom actually existed. It had a bigger role in No Way Home, because it's just like he's going off his own solo movie and then he goes into being like a sideline. I don't know.
It would have been fucking awesome. That's what it would have been like.
Touche. A good story for another time.
Yeah, I kid. But if Loki's going to be in it at all, it would be a very, very, very small part in one part of the movie, be it the post-credit scene or just the very end of the movie, something like that, I'd say. Like Brian was saying.
Mm.
His absence of certain Thor character, what he wants but probably won't happen, is scaring me. But certain beta to Thor's alpha, you know what I'm prodding you at. I think Brian knows stuff over there.
Don't know that.
Poor Brian. Brian, do you want to tell people what actually happened to you recently?
Yeah. So, I mean, to make a long-winded story really short, I work for a national security and technology company, and we do security and technology for some movie theaters. We were given privy access to the posters, and I got to look through them. And in two of the posters, there were some pretty serious spoilers, and I'm really, really upset that I got to see those.
I'm actually really, well, first off, I feel bad. That sucks, man. That really, really sucks. Because it's always the ways that like you don't expect spoilers to appear. That's how they show up. It's like Mephisto. Is he there? but also like I'm just more surprised that they had posters that have big spoilers like that are just kind of sitting around. Because even with No Way Home, I don't think any theater had any promo posters at all that showed Toby and Andrew in it. It was like at least a couple weeks before people even started, like the actual official social media channels started showcasing that and advertising it. So that's what baffles me the most out of that. But still, that sucks, man.
Yeah, it was hard, but we're not talking about any of that today. That's good.
When did they even put those posters out? I don't understand why they'd put spoiler-heavy posters anyway.
I think they are more for second week, third week, that they'll just go up just for more advertising. But I do get my hands on them in a couple weeks, so I've got that going for me.
Nice. Brian will have that poster that spoiled it all for him just sitting on his wall and be like, "You are my enemy."
I will.
I
will probably get that and just burn that poster.
With three claws going through it. Do you know why 3 claws?
I don't know why.
Do you know why 3 claws, Devin?
I don't know how.
Because we're getting Wolverine in this movie. That's why we're getting him. He's coming.
And that goes into my next question. What is your most outrageous prediction? If that's going to be it, I don't know how I haven't made we're getting a Wolverine theme yet for you.
We're getting Wolverine. He's going to be cutting down trees in New Asgard for something. He's coming. No, I don't think we're getting Wolverine. My outrageous would be that Gorr breaks off a piece of Groot's arm and he uses it as the Elder Wand to then destroy Harry Potter. That's my outrageous prediction.
I can't even be mad at that. That's just funny.
No, a real prediction would be
well, it is outrageous, so
I like the whole Loki thing. Like Loki figures out a way to reach out to Thor about the multiverse and the timeline and the variants, and maybe not as much a like a help me, but maybe a warning to him, like a yo, careful, brother. Kang's coming, and then it's like bang, you get like some Kang shit. Oh, maybe we'll get some Kang shit. That would be sick. Like
specifically his shit.
Like Thanos at the end of Avengers, but it's like Kang at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder for some reason. Bang.
He who remains.
Yeah,
that's
He
funny.
who remains.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay. Brian, how about you? Do you have anything that'd be classified as outrageous of a prediction?
I do have an outrageous prediction, but Louis would have to take his headset off and turn around.
Just
go to
give me
timeout.
Give me a wave.
If
You're all done.
Hey there, Earth 894 fans. Quick thanks to Devin and Louis for letting us introduce ourselves. I'm Ian Whittington.
I am Danae Hughes, and we have a podcast that we think that you might like. Except our show isn't all about Marvel, it's all about Star Trek, and it's called Captain's Pod, a Star Trek companion.
Danae and I know each other because we write for Cinema Sins, which is a snarky YouTube channel where we find everything wrong with what we watch. Often people assume because we write nitpicky entertainment that we're actually a bunch of jerks. But really, we love a lot of what we watch, especially Star Trek. Let's merge our nerddom with our snarky style and talk all things Trek.
My love of The Next Generation meant that we started with watching Picard, but it's pretty clear at this point that I'm going to be consuming whatever the fans want me to watch because, let's see, I've now seen several unforgettable sci-fi moments, including Kirk, slap a man in a lizard costume, and a Betazoid being beamed into a prison cell without her clothes on, and I still don't understand that one at all.
That's perhaps not Star Trek's finest moments, but probably the most entertaining. I can explain the science behind all of that later anyway. Please check out Captain's Pod. You can stream both seasons of Picard, some bonus episodes, and our new season releases alongside each new Strange New Worlds episode, which, spoiler, we bloody love!
Thanks again to Devin and Louis for helping spread the word about our show. On to today's episode.
That's good. Louis has disconnected.
All right, so an outrageous prediction. We know from some behind the scenes pictures and IMDb, we've got Luke Hemsworth coming back. We've got Matt Damon. There is going to be a cast putting on a play, as somebody wanted to see at the beginning of this episode. So there is going to be that play. I think that is at the same time Gorr comes to wherever this play might be. Could it be New Asgard? That's probably where it is. And he sees them and thinks that they are the gods and slaughters them.
Oh, wow. Whew. That would be that'd be pretty metal. That'd be pretty metal.
That would be awesome.
Okay, let's bring Louis back. Let's bring Louis back. Well, Louis, good thing you did not listen to that one.
I don't know if you guys were trolling me, but I just saw Devin go, "Oh!"
No, it's a good one. You can hear it later. I won't go into what Brian said. I will say it is a little dark, which kind of goes into some news that I heard recently about the movie was that they did like a 4-hour cut of it basically, and of course it had trimmed down. But I guess there's a lot of things they were cutting out of the movie that was considered like really like horror-esque or not horrific, but kind of like spooky and very dark. That they said it was like just too horror-centric, which would not be what I would expect from a movie with like Taika and everything. I'd expect them to be like cutting a lot of just gibberish and a lot of jokey material and stuff. So the fact that they think dark, I'm like, so, but what Brian just said is an example of how it could be very dark. And in Loki, no pun intended, I kind of want to see that now. So I'm interested in seeing if that happens.
Right. And if it doesn't happen, please, somebody out there, make it happen. Make some B-rated film and just put it out there.
We'll just put action figures out and we'll just reenact it. That'd be kind of funny, actually.
We'll do that.
Movie
Coming
full
soon to
of
What
Funko
If.
Pops.
Awesome. So one of the last things here. This is the 4th Thor movie, the quadrilogy. Chris Hemsworth is one of the longest running actors in the MCU at this point, which kind of begs the question is how long can he really stay in the MCU? Clearly, he's like the most fit Avenger ever, literally on and off screen. So the regime for his like fitness and everything isn't one of the biggest challenges with him, because that's what sometimes actors have gone on file saying, like, it's a hard lifestyle you got to keep up with, and it's a lot of time. No issue for that guy. But the real question is how long, again, can he really stay in? So do you guys think Thor, this could be his final movie? Whether he dies or he's just sent off into the oblivion and we never see him again, is this the last Thor that we see in the MCU?
Well, Thor is going to be in 6 more Marvel projects. He's in I Am Groot, House of Harkness, and whatever the other ones Brian said about Wanda. I can't remember.
The running joke now, just assume, are they dead? No, they're confirmed for I Am Groot.
I Am Groot and House of Harkness. So the 2 that I can remember.
Ironheart, Secret Invasion.
I would not be surprised if this is Chris Hemsworth's goodbye. Although it doesn't seem as grand an exit as, say, Endgame was for the other big 3, Tony and
Cap.
So it wouldn't surprise me, but it also wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't. I would love to see Thor in Guardians Volume 3, but I feel like that takes away from the Guardians a little bit, because you're going to have Thor there, and it's not going to be called Thor in the Guardians 3. It's just Guardians Volume 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I don't know how that's going to work out, because it seems like he's rolling with them now, and he only rolling with them until Thor: Love and Thunder, and then that's the end of that. We'll see. So, yeah.
Good point.
So now that I've been talking, I'm sorry, I don't mean to do this, but I'm like thinking in my head that in Guardians 2, Ego is telling that Peter that he's kind of like a god and stuff. So if like Gorr the God Butcher kills Star-Lord in this movie, I'm gonna be so upset.
Kill him
feel like
before he
that's
can even make it
impossible.
to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Nah, that's no way it happens.
Like that's impossible, right?
Yeah, because I just saw a quote today from Chris Pratt
James
saying
Gunn?
Chris Pratt saying that Guardians of the Galaxy 3, he can't wait for people to see it. He said it's a true masterpiece. So
All right.
that'd be a
So-
very hot take if he was dead before that movie.
Oh, but everybody hates him except for
They killed him due to conflicts
Who
with the Mario
loves him?
movie.
he was at UFC 270 whatever was just on the other day. Anyways,
All right, Brian, how about you?
I mean, we know Thor has got to keep on going, but bringing in Mighty Thor, Jane Foster, who is Jane Foster's sidekick? Darcy
idea.
Lewis, Kat Dennings. We have seen her in WandaVision, so we know she's going to continue her roles throughout Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that with everybody handing, the proverbial hammer off, Kat Dennings would carry Thor's legacy on.
Wow.
You think she's gonna hold Mjolnir?
I think so. Or
That's
she'll call it Mjormor or whatever she says.
Meow meow.
what's meow meow.
Yeah.
That's a very hot take. I feel like there's no way Darcy Lewis holds a Mjolnir.
She could hold it. Doesn't mean she could lift it or
Pick it up.
Whatever.
pick it up or actually take it on. But I guess that's really one of the questions I have, because I now have for you guys is a series of rapid fire questions. But before I get into that, is there any last things you guys have for your own predictions for this movie? Anything you want to get out into the world?
I really
Let's
want to
if we're
see
right.
really want to see the Gorr the Gorr origin story of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope they treat him with the respect of a character that has such a good story. I don't know how much you know about him, Devin. I'm sure you know everything that there is to know, Mr. Marvel, but he's like a guy who everybody keeps telling him that he needs to do this for the gods and we need to pray to the gods and this to the gods. And finally he's like, what are we even doing? Like, these gods aren't doing anything for us. Everybody keeps dying. My mom died. My wife died. My son died. This guy died. Why am I praying to anybody? And then that's where he gets the Necro sword and starts just going hard on some gods. So I would love to see even just a flashback. That's what I'm worried about with this, the runtime of the movie being so short, is you're not going to get the respect on Gorr the God Butcher as much as I would like.
Mm-hmm. I think an origin story is definitely in the books. I mean, it'd be strange if they don't really do anything to even explain like why he is the way he is, but
I keep coming back to Eric Killmonger, and everybody loves Eric Killmonger and they love Michael B. Jordan as the bad guy from Black Panther. But the problem with him is like he does have an origin story, but it's all through like this happened and this happened, but they don't show anything except for at the very beginning where his dad gets got by King T'Challa and Zuri. So even him, they could have afforded to like give him more of a rising through the struggling in the streets and this and that, and like why he's doing what he's doing. So I'm afraid that they're just gonna have him talk and just be like, "Yeah, a quick 5-minute thing of like, my my wife was killed, my mom was killed. Where were you gods when we needed you?" And it's like, no, give me like a visual thing is what I want.
Hmm. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. How about you, Brian? Any last thoughts?
No last thoughts. I think that kind of sums it up for me.
Sounds good. Well, let's have some fun here. Let's do some rapid fire. So I'm going to ask you both. You both can answer at the same time, or you can hold your peace, whatever you like. But I have several questions to ask you. So, number one, will Darcy Lewis show up? Yes or no?
Yes. She has to.
He has to.
What was
Yeah,
I know
I
it's rapid fire. When was the last time we saw her was in WandaVision?
It
What,
just
what was
dipped
what was
off.
happening in that?
It's towards the final episode. She rams Hayworth or whatever his name is into whatever, blocks him off, and then she just dips. And they just said, "Oh yeah, she left something about like cops or something." So she literally just kind of like dips out of nowhere. So
So
And
yeah,
she's a
I would say so. Why not?
right, it's very fitting. Number two, are we going to see any scrolls? Speaking of Darcy, I think she's a scroll. Will we see an actual scroll
No.
revealed?
There's
says
got to
no.
be one. There's got to be one.
Gotta be, right? Can I do an official like scroll count? Go back and see how many scrolls there are before Secret Invasion. All right. Another green being here. Will Throg show up?
No.
I feel like a yes just with the release of the pop that's coming out.
Yeah, but it's a Loki series pop.
But what if Loki's there with Throg?
That'd be so random. Out of all things to show up with. Here are my pets. It's you. But I mean,
Multiverse is real. Behold, Throg.
Or
I
it's
mean,
just alligator Loki eating
Right.
Throg.
Oh. But I mean, at the same time, like,
Was that
it
the
is
dark
being coming
prediction?
out.
Oh no.
No, it was darker. Well, maybe. But I mean, the timing is kind of coincidental, right? Number 3 here. Will we get a major character death?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Okay. So, who do you think?
Sif.
Lady Sif.
No,
Interesting.
I don't. A major character death. Like, I don't know. I don't know who, but I feel like someone gonna die.
Someone going down.
Gorr.
There it is. I was gonna say maybe
Yeah,
the villain.
Probably, but that would be
Zeus.
such a
Zeus, speaking
So-
of interesting.
Zeus.
such a waste. With Zeus, are we also gonna get Hercules? That would be dope.
I imagine we have to get Hercules in this.
0 to hero, major hunk.
All right. Number 4. Never mind. I'm going to skip one actually. We've kind of said this already, but will Loki show up? Final thoughts?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I can't imagine Loki not showing up, but part of me thinks it's probably not going to happen. But I'm hoping. Get on the Hope Mobile. Will the multiverse be referenced? Speaking of Loki.
Yes. By Loki.
No.
Ooh. So you say
Not
yes
at
by
all.
Loki, but you say no. Interesting. So you don't think
Feel like it would-
any version of the multiverse? No reference.
Bingo.
Wow.
I feel
Nope.
like it would be hard for Loki to just be there and be like, "Hey," he's like, "What's been going on with you, brother?" And he's like, "Nothing."
Well, if Loki were to show up, there's got to be a reason, right? And if there's a reason, it has to be something to do with the events that happen in Loki, the series. So that begs the question, would Chris Hemsworth show up in season 2 of Loki?
That's more plausible.
Do you think so? Interesting.
You think it's hold on? Was the question Thor shows up in season 2?
Yeah.
Not a chance. No way.
I think the guy's just way too busy to do
Yeah,
it.
no way.
I don't think he would. Unless they just, I don't know, did something very, very brief. But yeah, I can't imagine him showing up. All right. Well, we keep thinking about all this Loki talk. How many post-credit scenes do you think we're going to get?
1.
You think 1?
2.
2?
I'd say 2, total of 3, actually.
Ooh.
I'm going with 3.
Going for 3.
I think there's because you've got to have some sort of tie-in with Guardians. You've got to have possibly something with I Am Groot, and then Loki shows up at the end.
Yeah, there's
Loki
got to be like
all along.
there's got to be a funny one,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
a Thor story one, and then a different person story one. It's usually the flow. And if there's only 2, it's a funny one and then a new story one.
That's what we got in Shang-Chi, right? It was them doing karaoke was a funny one. The second secondary character was Xiling and showing off the fortress. And the third was like going through and talking about the rings themselves, right?
Yeah. Or even in Doctor Strange, it was the pizza papa punching himself in the face. And he said, "Oh, it's over." And then there was Clea.
Right.
Well,
I'm gonna
they
say
cut
2.
the Pizza Papa. He vowed to come after Doctor Strange, that he will get him.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I'm gonna say in the side of caution, it was just gonna be 2. 1 serious-ish one, and then 1 just straight funny. And I think the funny one is gonna be something silly with like Korg.
There.
That's my guess. Son of a. That reminds me of a shout out to do today. Cool. All right. Final one. Love or thunder?
My question. It's all about the thunder. Thunder.
Thunder.
All right, Thunder Bros.
Do you know what runs through my veins?
Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz?
Sparkles?
Alrighty, guys. Awesome. Well, that's pretty much all I have for you guys on these rapid fire questions. And we talked about all our predictions and all like that. So that pretty much is it. But before we go, we did do one last Trivia Tuesday before we went into the actual movie week and everything. So, Louis, how about we actually just give some shout outs just ever so briefly here?
Shout outs. It's time for shout outs. Sorry.
I got more themes I got to make.
Devin, if you're listening.
Hey, Devin, while you're editing, make a theme while you're at it. So for this question, Louis posed a really good question, but I'm actually surprised not everyone got 100%. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Really?
Yeah. So the question is, in Thor Ragnarok, Thor calls Surtur son of a blank.
I'll be honest with you, Devin. I didn't like the way you worded it. I wanted you to put son of and then blank, and then one of the answers to be a bitch, and then the other answers to be like random guys' names.
You know, that's actually a much better way if I probably should have done it. So
the options were son of a biscuit eating bulldog, son of a flark, son of a witch, and son of a bitch. And nobody answered biscuit eating bulldog. Nobody thought Thor would be so cool to be like, Surtur, son of a biscuit eating bulldog.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness. So, shout out to Emmett Wilton 8.
Friendly _ neighborhood, Oklahoma.
I would have never been able to read that. Jedi _ Summers.
Skylar Ricketts.
Jonah _ Jorgensen.
T Sims 15.
NYC A9.
Dadderini.
Cody Garcia 16.
Kaj Wills.
I got it this time. GC Malashevsky.
Oh, look who we have it here. Mr. Marvel's Minutes.
Artillery or Art Larry. I don't know what it says.
And then finally, we have Jalen Wade 89.
Best guy on Instagram.
You know what? I'm just gonna do it anyways. Shout out to the 5 people who chose Flark because I've been playing a lot of. I finally beat the Guardians of the Galaxy game, and they say Flark. I swear at least 250 times. So a Marvel blog, Wolf Road Band, Photography is Life 1998, Pixie Dust Sammy, and Wyndon.
Can I give a shout out to Jalen Wade? He's the best because he's like, these guys were a couple. Did you like them as a couple? And then it's 2 options. It's yes, they're the greatest couple ever, or no, they fucking suck and I hate them. And there's no in between, and I love it.
Oh, that's great. Who was the couple?
It was Makari and Druig. I was like,
Oh.
are they the worst? Probably not. Are they the best? Absolutely not. I don't know what to vote for here, man.
Hey man, I like it. I love the extremes. So
Also, I have to give a shout out to my very good friend, Mr. Marvel, because not every day, but some days he posts stuff on Instagram and you have to answer it. And I always get at least 2 wrong. There's only 3 questions every time, and I never get all of them right.
I got
Today
0 out
was-
of 3 today.
Today was Thor themed, and I was like, last time you put the answer in the picture, and I stared and
Right?
stared, and I couldn't find shit.
Dave, you let us on,
You
Brian.
got a participation trophy.
Yeah, he did give me a participation trophy. And then the answers, he said, well, how many did you get right? 1, 2, or 3? And I said, none. I got none right.
I didn't even make the leaderboard,
Yeah.
scoreboard.
The answers were there.
Well, too late now. What's the funny thing? I could answer on the podcast all wrong and then just take the right answers on my own personal and be like, haha, I win.
Dirty dog.
Alrighty, y'all. So let's hop out of here. Before we adjourn, though, Louie and I, we're seeing this Thursday. We're seeing it at 6 p.m. It's going to be a magnificent time. How about you, Brian? When are you seeing the movie?
Seeing it Thursday, 7:30, I think.
Ooh,
So you're 6 p.m., 6:30.
yeah. So you're
Yeah.
30 minutes ahead of us. Ooh, that
I'm
one.
gonna text you so many spoilers.
I will turn my phone off.
We're gonna be a half hour ahead. Dude, did you see that?
And everyone, just make sure you keep your eye out for any gentle minions. If any strange boys walk in with suits into your theater, report them. Report them right away. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No idea.
So there's this terrible TikTok trend going on right now. I think it's called like hashtag gentle minions, where guys in suits literally just raid movie theaters showing minions, and they're like throwing bananas at screens. They're like super loud and like cheering and stuff. I'm sure some are fine, but then I'm seeing videos of like mosh pits in bathrooms, and then someone's theater screen actually got ripped in half because they like threw bananas at it or something. It's just another way of like teenagers are just being the worst thanks to TikTok. But that's just neither here nor there. So in lighter news, Thor: Love and Thunder. Let us know what you guys have for your own predictions before this episode. Before the movie comes out, let us know. And then we will actually have to do a little bit of a follow-up and see how right or wrong we were after this movie comes out. So thank you all so much for listening. Thank you, Brian, for joining us for this prediction episode. We planned months in advance. And then, Louis, thank you for sharing your thoughts and predictions. And I hope we didn't spoil anything for you.
No, you guys were very good about the anti-earmuffs.
Perfect. All right, guys. We will see you in the future next week. Thank you all so much, and have a good time watching Thor: Love and Thunder.
Goodbye now.